Welcome to day 18 of the Keto Carney Gaps Warlike Challenge. Doing pretty good on the broth and the boiled meat. We had an awesome time last night. More live music, more music tonight. My digestive system is doing new and interesting things, but that's a good sign. I mentioned previously that I have a few chronic medical issues that tie into this challenge, and one of those is ulcerative colitis. In the past couple years, it's been doing much better. I've eaten pretty much low carb, periods of carnivore experimentation, and these things have helped tremendously. The point at which my ulcerative colitis got the worst was a few years ago, but I was hospitalized for a few days. The standard at that time was I had to stop bleeding for at least 24 hours before they'd release me. And I was there for probably 4 or 5 days. It never got so serious that I needed a blood transfusion, so that's a good indicator. But after a couple days, they're already talking about if this doesn't stop, we're gonna go remove parts of your colon. Of course, that means colostomy bag. So that was a major wake-up call for me. Apparently not quite enough, because my habits didn't improve as well as you might think. Another medical issue I'll reveal is I have a giant gallbladder stone. Of course, the doctors want to take it, but one of the good things about this stone is that it's so big, it can't fit down the duct. The major risk with gallstones is that if the stone goes down into the duct and blocks it and causes the gallbladder to rupture, it can be life-threatening. Whereas the procedure to remove the gallbladder is relatively low risk and fairly routine. And so for that point, when in doubt, doctors just take the gallbladder. I've been concerned that it would inhibit my fat metabolism because I really didn't understand, what would happen if I didn't have a gallbladder. Now I understand that people without gallbladders can still eat fat. You have to take that into account, and I think folks ramping up on high-fat diets have to do it slowly and maybe use different techniques, but just because you don't have your gallbladder doesn't mean you can eat fat. I even heard the other day that, I don't know if it's an adjunct to the liver, but that you can build almost a false gallbladder where a little pocket develops where bile's collected. But in any event, I'm not completely opposed to giving up my gallbladder, but I'm not doing it unless I have to. Once we get way down the path, then eventually we'll have an ultrasound on the gallbladder and see what the stones look like. But I don't want to break it up. There's methods out there to break up or pass your gallstone, but I don't want to break up smaller so it can go down the duct. Yes, sirree, Bob.